Hi, I'm Laura Stewart, board member of Indian River Impact 100, and I'm here today with Theresa Garbarino May from Castle, who's going to talk to us about the impact Castle has had because they've received the first grant ever given out by Indian River Impact 100, plus they received an additional grant later on. Teresa, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting to have you here, and we had talked about trying to have somebody who directly benefited as a result, but because of the work you guys do at Castle, that's not really something that can happen. So can you talk a little bit about the kind of work that you do at Castle?
Castle's a child abuse prevention organization. We teach parent education, nurturing. We teach families how to survive a divorce situation, any kind of parenting need you might have. We have classes for families to come. So the first grant that we received through Impact 100 was such a great gift because that I remember the application came out and the question was, if you had a gift of $100,000, how would it change the way you do business and what impact would it make in the community? We knew immediately because Castle had a capital campaign that was stalled due to the hurricanes that hit our communities.
Right.
And people were devastated and weren't able to support the campaign. So we applied for funding to relaunch that campaign and allow us the opportunity to be able to buy a facility that would become our home. What that meant for us was that we were literally in a shopping plaza, kind of a call center style, where desks were backed up to each other, no confidentiality, no privacy for any of those clients. And so we envisioned a building where we had doors and walls and classrooms where families could come and it would be welcoming, it would be pleasant. You come to Castle and you see a plantation style building with a wraparound porch. It looks inviting. You walk into the facility. It's not a threatening social service environment. It looks like someone's home. And so you come with your children, walk in, and we take you into a parent educator's office. You can close the door, talk privately, and feel like you're in a place where it's really nurturing and someone's going to help you. If you're there for parenting class or visitation, you literally have multiple choices now. Because we have several multi-purpose rooms that are one's a family room, one's a visitation room, another's a classroom, and we can have programs going on simultaneously in the building, and you would never know that your neighbor or your friend was in the building there receiving services that are highly confidential with Castle. Because of the structure of this new facility, it's fabulous.
So in the old facility, which was in a strip mall, I would only imagine that it would be very difficult for a parent or a kid who is going through abuse of some sort to walk through those doors wondering what other people were thinking when they were walking through that door. There's enough of a stigma
Yes.
about abuse, which shouldn't be, but there sadly is. So the grant gave you that ability to make it easier for them to walk through the door?
Absolutely, and to not worry about who's seeing them come in the door. If you have a conversation that's highly personal to you and you want to talk to somebody, you can shut the door and have that conversation in private, and it feels better, it looks better, not only for our clients, but for volunteers who want to come. Now we've got things like a food pantry, a toy closet. When donors want to donate the toys they bought for their grandchildren that they've outgrown, they bring them to Castle. We have places for volunteers to come and provide useful service and time because they can sort through and put these things in a place where when we need them for our families, they're available to them. So it's created volunteer opportunities that were no longer there before, they weren't there prior. And also auxiliary members come and they have committee meetings at our office, which we couldn't do before. We had no place for that. So not only is it useful to the clients, but to the community at large. We've created an environment where it's really inclusive of everybody and anybody who wants to come find out about Castle and how they might want to help. There's a place for them to do that. And it was instant visibility for this organization, for Castle.
So people were able to find you better now because you were able to be more out there in the community knowing there was a safer place for people to come?
There's a building, there's a sign, there's a place. People now know where we are, and it's interesting because we've been in the community for 35 years.
Okay.
But people who even know that we are serving clients here said, we're so glad you finally moved to Indian River County because we were invisible in the middle of a shopping plaza. this has given us the opportunity to create a safe place for everybody to know where we are. If you're a client and you need help, you know where to find Castle. If you want to volunteer, you can find Castle. We say the location. It's on Vista Royale Square. I know right where that is.
Okay.
It's on the bus line. People can take and get to Castle if they have no transportation. It's totally different than the way that we did business before. It was a tremendous gift for Castle.
And it's 8 years ago, essentially, while we're doing this video, 8 years ago that you guys received the first grant.
Yes.
And it's still going strong.
It is going strong, and it's going to continue to be strong. It's become our home here, and it's become a place for people to come together and serve Castle in a variety of different ways, and for clients to feel good about walking into the building, because we're not just about child abuse prevention. We teach anybody who has children and needs good parenting skills, they can come to Castle and come to a class. So we have 5 or 6 programs running out of this facility that we never could do before.
I think that's amazing that you went from just being known as servicing one population to, with the building, servicing even more populations, which helps to prevent the child abuse by educating and things like that.
Absolutely. It became an opportunity, and the opportunity then was endless for us. You just had to have some creativity and figure out what were the needs in the community beyond what we were already doing, and what can we do as Castle to help these families, and what can we provide people who want to volunteer their time or their energy or their financial support. And so it really opened a lot of doors for not only our clients but Castle.
You're like the poster child of a true transformational grant being seen, that 8 years later it's still going strong and even stronger than it was, all because of what our membership donated.
Sometimes you just need someone to believe in you, take that first step, and oftentimes that gift is the hardest one to receive or to give. And so by receiving that gift for Castle, it relaunched a capital campaign, and it lent credibility to our organization that you had vetted Castle and you believed in our ability to make this happen, and we actually did it. And so hopefully you're as proud as we are of this bond and this relationship, and the gift was what started it all.
We are so incredibly proud of your organization and all the organizations we've funded in the last 8 years, just shy of $3 million given out in 8 years.
That's wonderful.
And we're hoping to do even more coming into this season.
Well, great. Well, maybe Castle will come back and ask for another one
I
to
think
do
you
something
should.
great.
You know, grant season starts soon, so
Good.
we'd love to see something else coming in from you guys.
Great.
Anything last thought you'd like to share?
I'd just like to say thank you. Because of this opportunity, it's really been wonderful for this community and for the families and the people who live here, and Castle would not have been able to do it without you, so we're grateful.
Well, we're very grateful for you and the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.